Good morning, what's up guys? Corporal24 here, Axis&Allies 1942 second edition with my man Hunter Jones using the possible new setup by Larry Harris and his crew. Okay, so Hunter, good video on your American and Russian turn. You do have a man here on Midway, and I have a Japanese man on Iwo Jima and Wake Island and Guadalcanal. And I do have my two men, as you recalled, on Tokyo, two transports and two destroyers, which I bought on my first Japanese turn off Seazone 60. Okay, so we're at Germany's turn here, and here's my buy. I'm going to go 4 tanks, a bomber, artillery, and an infantry. And that was $43, and I have no dinero left over. So I'm completely broke. Okay, so this is a big turn for Germany. I'm going to be doing a few big attacks here. So I'm going to go in for Egypt. You have 2 men, artillery, tank, fighter, and a bomber. I'm going to come out with 2 artillery, a tank, 3 men from Libya, and I'm going to bring my bomber from Berlin. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you still got 2 spaces after. So that one's going to be a good one. Let's get that one to the battle board. These artillery boost 2 infantry up to 2 or less. And I have this bomber. I figure if I can get rid of this main British force, I'll be sitting pretty in the North African campaign. So you have a bomber, you have 3 2s, 1 3, and 1 4. Oh, you mentioned that you can't find your battle board. I guess you could also use your global battle board if it's easier for you. Just throwing down a suggestion. But you know what you're doing is fine. It's up to you. I'm pretty laid back. You probably already noticed. I really don't give a shit. Whatever's easiest for you. Okay, so I got 2 fighters from France. These guys are going to go right here. I'm going to try to nuke that fleet. You have a destroyer and you have 3 transports. I figure if I could get rid of that fleet, I could cut your supplies going into Africa. Let's see what else here. I'm going to go into West Russia from Leningrad with 3 men, 3 armor, 3 men from Ukraine, 2 tanks from Ukraine, and 4 tanks from Poland. Might be a little overkill, but you know, we'll see what happens. And I think that's it for my battle. Just let me double check my work. Make sure everything's good. Don't want to miss anything, because you know how that happens sometimes, and what can happen if you miss something. What do I want to do with that fighter? I think I'm just going to leave him there. I got nothing really else. 1, 2, 2, 3. I guess if no... I guess that fighter would just stay put. Can I bring him into Egypt? 1, 2, 3. I can't. Rats. Okay. That's it. I got 3 battles, so let's start off with this one right here. This is a pretty good battle. So I have 1-1. Here we go. 1-1. Hit! How about that? I have 4 2s. Go on, boys. 1, 2, 2 more hits. That's total 3. I have a tank and a bomber. Tank. Hit. Total 4 hits and my bomber. 5 hits. Wow, that was really good. So, man, I hate to say this, bud, but I'm going to put your bomber as a casualty. 2 men, artillery, and a tank. So that leaves you with a fighter. I hope that's okay with you. It doesn't look too good for you in this battle, so I might as well start with the lowest. Bomber, 2 men, artillery, and a tank for your 5 casualties. And let's start off with your bomber. So we have 1-1. Miss. You have 3 2s. Misses. Oh man, not going good for you. You got a tank. Hit, and you got a fighter. Miss. Oh man. Sorry, bro. That was pretty brutal for you. So I lose a man. You lose a bomber, 2 men, artillery, and a tank. So I'm going to continue. I got 4 2s. Misses. I have 1 armor. Hit. And you have just 1 fighter left, so you have 4 less. Hit. So we both lose 1. You lose your fighter, obviously. That's all you have left. I'll peel off infantry. So I took Egypt with 2 artillery, a man, and a tank. And my bomber is still there. I'll land him on my non-combat. Put this rondelle there. Nice. That was a huge victory for me. Right here, off the coast of Gibraltar, or Morocco if you want better terms, you have a destroyer, 3 transports. I'm coming in with 2 fighters from France. We don't need the battle board for this. 2 3s. Got you. You have a destroyer 2 or less. Got you. Oh man, I just nuked this Atlantic fleet. Convoys and a destroyer. And I have 2 fighters still left over. And we got the Battle of West Russia. I don't think we need a battle board. Looks like overkill to me. You have a tank and you have artillery. I'm coming in with 4, 5, 6. I'm coming in with 9 tanks. So I'm just going to start off with my tanks. I hope that's okay with you. You know, higher rolls probably go by faster. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 at 3 or less. Here we go. And I got 1, 2. I got 2 hits. That's all I need. That was a really bad roll, by the way. But I just need 2 hits. So here's your artillery. That's a miss. And here's your tank. That's a hit. So you hit one of my guys. So you lose a tank and artillery. And I lose 1 man. Just take this guy off. So I have 5 men. I'll clean this up later. Just apologize. 5 men and 9 armor on the border of Moscow in West Russia. So that was a big victory there for the Germans. Okay, non-combat. I'm going to peel 2 men from Finland in the Karelia, Leningrad. This force from Poland, 3 men in the AA is going to move into Ukraine. We'll see if you take the bait and if you attack them. We'll see. These guys are going to go into Poland with my fighter. These 2 fighters from France are going to land back in France with 2 men and 2 AAs. I don't have a navy here because you freaking nuked them the last turn, so those 2 men on 2 men in Italy are kind of stuck. I mean, I guess I can move them up north. I'm going to move them to Germany. This guy from Algeria is going to move back here. And this bomber is going to land in Libya. 1, 2. Actually, you know what? I'm going to peel the fighter from 1, 2. Can you go there? No, he can't. Okay, never mind. Doing 1, 2. Is that worth it? I'm going to bring this fighter from Germany. He didn't go anywhere this last turn. I'm going to move him into Libya. The reason why I'm doing that is if you do try to attack with that tank from Morocco, I have a fighter there to help protect, and maybe my bomber might survive that battle. So, we'll see what happens there. It'll be interesting to see what you do. You just may move your forces into Algeria and just stay there. But anyways, that fighter is kind of a protector for the bomber. So, I think that's it for my turn. Let me make sure. Those guys are there, those guys are there. I don't know, man. Are you going to attack me in West Russia? We'll see. You got a lot of men for sure. I have a lot of armor. I got you down for 5 men in Stalingrad, Caucasus, the Caucasus if you want to call it, in a tank. And I got you at 3 men and 2 artillery in Moscow, and I got you for 1 guy in Archangel, up against 5 infantry and 9 German panzers. So we'll see what you do this upcoming turn, or at least Russia's next turn. So that's it for Germany. Let me get my units. 2 armor going into Leningrad. 2 armor are going into Berlin. Ja. Ich spreche Deutsch. I took some German in college, so I like to practice it. Obviously, I'm not fluent. Bomber in Berlin. Das ist gut. Artillery and infantry in Berlin. I think that will round out my German turn. So Germany starts with 41. I collect 2 for Leningrad, 43. I collect 2 for Egypt, 45. I'm down 1, 44. So Germany sitting at 44. And I will pass the baton to UK whenever you're ready, bro. Okay, 44 for Germany after the German round 2 turn. Deuces.